Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Zahra, ex-Muslim, ex-Shia. Come to help the Muslims see for themselves and decide. Uh, so, what I keep finding is how much betrayal and what way and what kind in this religion, even through Shia Islam, not only Sunni Islam and Quran only Islam, Salaf Islam. So I said I will continue from somewhere from my previous live stream, but I think I'll start with this now on witnessing signs of Allah. Um, so it's not very far off from what I said. I will continue in my other live stream from my previous live stream. So let's continue here on witnessing signs of Allah. I was on this Surah 3 ayat 70 also, O people of the book, why do you reject the signs of Allah even though you yourselves witness them? So I was saying that now witness they how to witness these ayats, right? If it's about the Quran, then they have to be present all the time when the revelations are coming down to Prophet Muhammad to witness each and every verse, a verse or ayat of the Quran, which is itself a sign of Allah. These verses are signs of Allah. They are called ayats of ayah in singular form and ayat in plural form. So in my previous live stream, I explained that they can't be witnesses to these ayats, all the ayats, except for maybe the Najran Christians at the time that they had Mobila and the verses were revealed against, about Jesus against their belief, the Christian belief then about the Trinity and Jesus Christ being God. All that. So even the Trinity is wrong. There's no Mother Mary, Mother of God, be Maryam, as in the Christians' Trinity. So this they can't be witnesses, and for the later Muslims also, you can't be witnesses to this. Although the Ismailis would say we can because our Imam is the walking, talking Quran, or this he can reveal that time to them and these ayats were revealed to him, maybe like that. So what is a witness? You have to be present while witnessing, right? So we know all this if you've been following me on this. It's like a series, I guess, turned out. So a witness is someone who's physically or in some form or invisibly present, but at the time, at that time when the event is taking place or something is being revealed. Like when Mother Mary, Lady of sorry, excuse me, when she appeared to people in A Lady of Lourdes or Our Lady of Fatima. So at that time, people who were called to witness that time when she appeared to them. Later on, those other people, other Christians who were not present at that time, cannot be called witnesses, right? To what that she revealed herself. So this, and then how can this be true for all Christians, all Jews and Christians? Yourselves witness them. And then the blunder that the Shias have done, 12 Shias in the later ayats I'll be showing you. So I took a turn here and there. So bear with me, yeah? Step by step, not taking you, just explaining this verse from the previous live stream again. Surah 3 at 70, the people of the book cannot be a witness to the Quran, at least, recital or however it was revealed. They have to be present. So yourselves a witness to them. A God is not even clear in this ayat. Some ayats or all ayats. Then if they're all ayats, then they were definitely not witnesses to all ayats. So why do you reject signs of Allah even though you yourself witness them? So this is also very unclear, obscure. This also point. And Surah 3 ayat 70. Oh, again, of followers of the book, why do you disbelieve? This is the command. This is the translation of Shakir. Now, Shias take his translation. So multilingual Quran. Now we'll see the Shia commentary on this, 12 Shia commentary under this ayat that I didn't show you earlier. Surah 3 ayat 70, of followers of the book, why do you disbelieve in the communications, ayats of Allah, while you witness them? So even if it's put this way, communications of Allah, signs of Allah, signs of Allah. Okay. So Islam awakens conscience and invites man to use reason for believing in the signs of Allah. Awakens conscience. This is not consciousness. This is not your pure awareness or consciousness. This is the conscience, the right which gives you. This is probably what Dr. Pillai, it's in the frontal lobe, what is right and wrong. Tells you your mind, the part of your mind which tells you what is right and wrong. So awakens the conscience. And sorry, excuse me, I just awakens the conscience. And so please see this. This is not consciousness. Consciousness. Conscious. This is not conscious. This is conscience. You know, someone who's conscientious. Conscience means right and wrong. Awakening the right and wrong mind, part of the mind, which is in the frontal lobe, explained by Dr. Pillai, Babaji, Indian. Now, and invites man to use reason for believing in the signs of Allah. Huh? So this is from the commentary, Shia commentary. It's not even about belief when it's about witnessing the ayat. So belief, as explained earlier, it's not like witnessing. It's not at all. Surah Qasas ayat. What number was it? You were not a witness when we sent the commands and laws to Moses. Shias have messed it up. Use reason for believing in the signs of Allah so that he finds out the truth. Shia commentary, Puya Ali commentary on Surah 3 at 70. So witness versus belief. I've shown in an earlier live stream that no one can bear witness to the creator, at least, or originator, since they were not called to witness it, right? And when they were called to witness God, it was as Lord, Rabb, Rabbaniyatu. It means something different. You can't witness the creator or the creation, or even the originator or the for the Father. Allah is the originator. You can't witness that because you weren't called to witness and were not even told in the Quran. But you were called to witness the Lord, God. So they were not called to witness it, even creation. And then witness is greater than belief, right? Oh, so what have I done? Oh, okay. So this part, only this, on this ayat, that Islam awakens conscience. Please see this. Conscience is using reason. Yes, you can use your reason to what is right and wrong, and even that is relative because of different cultures. And you can see in different religions, something hijab is, considered not wrong, whereas in another religion it's considered as being constrained, or rape, marital rape is not in one religion, or it's not considered rape because the man, if he wants it, even if the wife doesn't want it, she has to obey the man, like in Islam, given. So, sorry, it has to be like this, actually. I forgot to put it in the portrait way. So I hope you can see this. I have to hold my, uh, like this, I have to hold my device. Now you can see it better. So, okay, I'll hold my device. Conscience, a person's moral sense of right and wrong, viewed as action as a guide to one's behavior, right? This is what conscience actually means. It's not awakens one's conscious. It's not conscious. Shiva, pure consciousness, aware of, just being aware of something, responding to one's surroundings, or having knowledge of something, being aware of it, right? Or having knowledge of it. So, okay, back to the notes. So now you see now what? So I went to, this is wrong in Shia Islam, 12 verse Shia. Then witness is greater than belief, right? So once you witness something, see something, and you it's okay, sometimes even physical, seeing, like you saw something, maybe you imagined it, so you can't rely on the five senses to be perfect. But remember that witnessing is greater than belief. So with your entire, like, what is it, the way you witness, that can give you that true witnessing, like true witnessing, that your eyes are not seeing something which is not there. Your mind is not telling you something which is not there. Your touch is not telling you something which is not there. You're not hallucinating. You're not deluded. So your five senses are perfectly there, working properly, correctly, perfectly working. So it's more than belief, right? So this, anyhow, I'll try to explain this if I haven't before in a previous live stream, not that I remember. But there was some, yeah, I have touched on this, right? Witness is greater than belief, and witness is not the same as belief. This evidence, when you're the witness to something, is better. The belief is when how to show you. We in Islam, I know that in Shia Islam also we're told we don't blindly, our faith is not blind, but reason, knowledge, all this. Yeah, so through reason, know-how, inference, we can believe in certain things. But in that way, that is belief, maybe reasoning and seeing that everything is consistent, logic. We can believe that there's one God because there's this logic in it. And science, later on, we'll, examine the signs, and so we see, test them. So then we believe, yeah, this is true, this premise is true, or like this this statement is true, this ayat is true, right? So that's a belief through the, looking at the scriptures. And so how I can't properly explain right now. So let's go to this ayat now. Surah 3 ayat, we'll leave this for now. So Surah 3 ayat 18, Allah bears witness that there is no God but He. Back to this ayat. Surah 3 ayat 18. And so do the angels and those possessed of knowledge, maintaining its creation with justice. There is no God but He, the mighty, the wise. You got it? I just said something in the middle, so let me read it again. Surah 3 ayat 18. Allah bears witness that there is no God but He. I agreed to that earlier on. And so do the angels. I don't know about the angels, but uh, we're not told that the angels were made to bear witness to there is no God but He. How can, okay. And remember, Abraham's also ayat on Abraham bearing witness to the Lord who is the originator. How can he bear witness to that? So, anyways, on this, we'll see what the Shias have said on this ayat. And those possessed of knowledge, maintaining his creation with justice. Right? There is no God. So just they have to stop at there is no God but He, because this is not Lord that they were told to bear witness in Surah 7 ayat 172, called to bear witness. Surah 7 ayat 172. So they have those possessed of knowledge, maintaining His creation, that He is maintaining His creation with justice. And they put a semicolon here sometimes. There is no God but He. So they have to stop it. They can't bear witness to but He, as He Himself. No, they can't bear witness to this God. They can draw inferences, even coming through the Sunni way. No one can bear witness. The Creator or He Himself, none knows who He is, in what respect He is but He. But you can draw an inference and say yes, but not bearing witness to He. So Allah Himself, okay, the commentary now, Allah Himself bears witness to His own unity. Now they're talking about His unity, that this, but He is His unity. Anyways, whatever this is, really, it's it. And it is His infinite mercy that He makes known as self-subsisting through His infinite mercy, that He makes known His self-subsisting and ever-living existence, wajib al-wujud, to His created beings, who otherwise could never know anything about Him, could never have known anything about Him. See commentary of, I saw that, Surah 2, Ayat 55, Al-Baqarah, right? Surah 2, Ayat 255. So the finite, yes, Allah is self-subsisting and all this, but you can't bear witness to that. It's only through inference can you come on that, right? The ayat and Ayatul Kursi, Allah, there is no God but He. Is that ayat, Allah could be bearing witness to it, but you're not bearing witness to it there. You're just told, so you have to believe in the ayat. And that you could say that you came to this belief through the ayats that are drawing inference on it. Inference. Can there be a creator like Him? Can there be an originator like Him? But not bearing witness. So the finite created beings can only say that there is no God save Him, save Allah. They can say that, but they cannot say that we bear witness. You were called to bear witness, but that was the Lord. Am I not your Lord? Until here you can say. So saying is as witnessing or believing. So this also has to be made clear by the Shias. Then Aka Mehdi Puya says, in this verse, Shahadat, bearing witness, has been restricted to Allah, the angels, and those endowed with knowledge, divine knowledge. Although in many other verses it is stated that every being in the heavens and the earth, okay, glorifies Allah and bears witness to His unity. Tawheed. So, how do you bear witness to his unity when you break it down? That there is no God but he. The Shahada. Okay, Pakistani is the kalma, Shahada, right? La ilaha illallah. I bear witness. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu anna la ilaha illallah. There is no God but he. You were never told to bear witness to there is no God but he. But am I not your Lord, Rabb? Yes, you were told to bear witness to that. And you cannot bear witness to he, his unity in that sense. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. So please see how you have been deceived also. Every being in the heavens and the earth glorifies Allah. Yes, they are told you can believe in this and bears witness to his unity. No. Even if they say we are Muslims and Allah says, to this gives you all the ayats, there would be that you say that I believe that there is no God but he. But bearing witness to his unity, you cannot even. As Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, I bear witness that there is no God but God, Allah. But one Allah, but Allah. I bear witness that there are no gods but Allah, like that, right? Oh my goodness. No, you cannot. Even Muslims cannot bear witness to that. It's an inference. There is no God. Okay, there is no God. This is not God, my son. Like Abraham reasoned. So it saw the star setting. He saw the star setting. He saw the sun setting. He saw the moon, not apparent setting like in the daytime. So he said, this can't be my God. So what did he draw inference from? Not witnessing. So no, this can't be my God because you draw an inference in logic. Thank God I studied logic in intermediate St. Joseph's College, Karachi. So it's an inference. You can't be witnessing. You have to be present and seeing physically or in any way present there, some form or the other. Oh my goodness. And where are the ayats that are bearing witness that everyone that say that every being in the heavens and the earth bears witness to his tawheed, unity? Please show me the ayat. Please show me this ayat. Shias. This is your commentary, 12 Shias. Another thing. So the restriction is justified because, now here, but here in this ayat is the restriction. The restriction is justified because in this verse, shahadat has been used in the sense of a particular knowledge which contains perceptual insight, right? So you have to be perceptually present. So there's a presence here. I agree to that. Okay, so your perceptual presence, insight gives you the being perceptually present to bear witness with that knowledge, to realize the truth of his tawheed, Allah. Of his tawheed, Allah directly knows that there is no God save He. Of his tawheed, Allah directly knows, but you do not know directly. He's just sending you knowledge to know directly, to know. Insight, what kind of perception? You can't even see Allah. That He is one. Sunnis also, Shias, so attributes you can't take. I showed you. So even perceptual insight that you have knowledge of, that you may be witnessing the Tawheed of Allah, that there is no God the Tawheed of Allah, that He's maintaining His creation with justice. There is no God but He. And that even if Allah is bearing witness that there is no God but He, you cannot, people with knowledge, possessors of knowledge cannot bear witness with their insight. Can your insight even go what Imam Ali has said? Even even minds put together cannot conceive that Allah. So there you have to stop. There is no God. And then your inference starts. But He, not witnessing. Please please see this. You have not been properly explained things. Oh my God, and there's such deception. I'm not saying that the ulamas have done deception, but they've been brainwashed like us. But even these religious scholars, Shia religious scholars, can you imagine to what extent they've been brainwashed? That even the Imam is brainwashed himself, who is Hazir and Nazir today, Ismaili Imam. So in this marifat, in this full knowledge and this perception, insightful perception, he thinks that, okay, he has knowledge of the whole, everything. But what can he not bear witness to? That there is He, Allah, right? Who's maintained. There is He, Allah. That you cannot bear witness. Even the Imam cannot bear witness to. Please. He can have full knowledge of there is no God. There is no God. The unity of God in this way, there is no God. But he cannot bear witness to, but He. Right? So, do you understand this? It might take some time for you to grasp this. The restriction is justified. Okay, where was I? So, with particular knowledge which contains perceptual insight to realize the truth of Allah's Tawheed, His Tawheed, Allah directly knows that. Allah directly knows, He can be a witness to it Himself. There is no a God but He, Allah, yes, because He is the known, the knowing and the knower. How is He the known? Through His attributes, right? Through His signs, through His creation. Oh my God. But what does Hazir Imam say? The Ismailis say that He's the unknowable, Himself unknowable. So you cannot bear witness to He in this Shahada even. And it, right, with full insight, knowledge, perceptual insight, perceiving that there is no other, no, this not my God, this not my God, this not my God. But then you draw an inference, He, but He, in that, but He. You can't see Him. Those who have attained the perceptual insight of the realization of truth by complete mental absorption. What did Imam Ali say? Minds put together, some in one means, add a Najal Balagha, right? And I know this, it means, what he means, minds put together cannot conceive God, Allah, that is. So where your complete mental absorption of the absolute, huh? Now mind with your mental absorption of the absolute is watching you. Remember, pure awareness. The mind cannot, your absolute mental absorption, it takes it, okay, it kind of, when you're, like Muji Baba said, marinate in this pure awareness, this isness. But when it takes over you, it's not the mind you go into, it takes over your mind. Your mind dissolves in this at one time. Your mind stops or something, right? Or just then too much chattering of the mind. And but you can't say that you are your perceptual insight of the realization of truth by complete mental absorption of the absolute. No one can, no mind, no minds put together cannot be absorbed completely, because mind is fragmented. Mental activity, the absolute can take over the mind, but this complete mental absorption, how will it happen? There will be no mental activity in that. You need to put aside your mental activity. So it can't be said that complete mental absorption of the absolute. Even the absolute which is created, an attribute of Allah, compassion, or let's take like pure awareness now. Can, mental activity will not do, you have to put it aside, right? These, I would recommend you go and watch Moji Baba. I too. So when in Karachi, with all the sounds and noises and all this, what is there anything here which is not thought that says that I think, therefore I am? That means that thought created me, and thought created the I am in existence, right? With Descartes, Rene Descartes' aphorism. Is it called aphorism? It's the maxim, I think, therefore I am. Now, what was told to Moses? What was told to Moses in the Quran also? I am Allah. And in the Bible, in the Old Testament, I am that who I am, or something like this, right? But the I am, can the mind capture the I am? No, with full mental absorption, complete. No, you have to put the mind aside. Mental activity aside, meaning also. You can't see through the mind's activity, eyes, mental activity, or mind's eye, this absolute. Possess the same quality of knowledge. Whatever this absolute is, that is, what is this? Those who have attained the perceptual, even with perceptual insight, your whole perception put together cannot. It's been demonstrated by Moji Baba, and I also looked into this matter. Insight, perceptual insight of the realization of truth by complete mental, meaning mental activity or absorption. What does it mean, mental absorption? Your mental, your mind, it will absorb completely when you rest in it. You be in this pure awareness of the absolute, mental absorption of the absolute. But yet, absolute Shias, remember, is not God. Something is created. whatever is the absolute. But can the mental activity even reach something which is absolute? Tell me. You know what is absolute, right? Oh, goodness. So, absolute, which is not relative, which is not changing, which is absolute. What is absolute? Let's see. Which is not qualified or diminished, right? Or changing, or which becomes less in any way, or qualified. It's universal. Universal. It doesn't have quality in it. It's absolute. So, qualified, if you want to know more. But it's just, I can demonstrate it to you. What is absolute here? You yourself tell me what is absolute. Pure awareness, officially recognized as being trained to perform a particular job, not complete or absolute, limited. Okay, what is unlimited, right? Pure awareness is unlimited, it's absolute. Can the mind be so fully absorbed in it to capture this absolute with knowledge? With the the mental mental activity, by complete mental absorption, by concentrating, because this is not even qualified. So do not concentrate on this. Do not put your mental absorption, the process, because this is without any process, the process by which one thing absorbs or is absorbed by another, engrossed. Can you put your mind to it, or you let go of the mind? What does Muji Baba say? Don't give it to your mind, right? Oh, so I don't know how to else to explain it. Sorry if you've not understood. Um, I don't know how to explain it. तो देखें एक वजूद, जैसे अल्लामा रशीद तुराबी ने कहा कि कोई ताकत और कोई कुव्वत सिवाय ज़ात वाजिब. Let's say this ज़ात वाजिब is not God. That's not who Allah, because it can't be, right? एक ज़ात वाजिब है, a necessary being created by Allah. ज़ात वाजिब, necessary being. कोई ताकत और कोई कुव्वत सिवाय ज़ात वाजिब के नहीं है. And let's call this ज़ात वाजिब, necessary being, pure awareness. ज़ात वाजिब. उसी पे तवक्कुल कर रही हूँ, या कर रहा हूँ, जो हय्युल कय्यूम है. हय्युल कय्यूम. So, okay, living and sustaining itself, self-sustaining. Again, you're concentrating on you're taking the Zat Wajib and you're concentrating on the attributes. Zat Wajib is the first one that God created. Let's say the necessary being, the pure awareness. जो हयूल कयूम है, जो ever living है, जो self subsisting है. Your Ayatul Kursi, Allah. There is no God but He, the living, the self subsisting. Allah. There is no God but He. ऐसे भी करके आप विटनेस नहीं हो सकते हैं उस अल्लाह का, जो एक वाहिद بولو اللہ ایک ہے، واحد ہے. وہ تو قرآن کی آیت ملی نا مجھے، واحد، ناٹ احد، ناٹ اخلاص. پھر بھی دیکھیں مائنڈ کی ایکٹیویٹی آپ یوز نہیں کر سکتے ہیں اس کے لیے، بیکاز یہ ذات واجب ہے، یہ مائنڈ سے الگ ہے، یہ مائنڈ پہ ڈپینڈنٹ نہیں ہے. جو بھی کریٹڈ بعد میں ہوا ہے یا دا فرسٹ دیٹ پیور انٹلیکٹ جو ایون اسماعیلیز کہتے ہیں، وہ ہر یہ لیونگ ایور لیونگ سیلف سبسسٹنگ، یہ تو ایٹریبیوٹس ہیں، رائٹ. یہ جو ذات واجب ہے یہ اس پہ ڈپینڈ نہیں کرتی ہے، قائم پہ یا حی پہ یا حیو قیوم پہ ڈپینڈ نہیں کرتی، سہارا نہیں لیتی ہے. اور یہ بھی اگر آپ کہیں گے ذات واجب ایک اللہ کی کریشن ہے سب سے پہلی بفور اینڈنگ، تو آپ کیا نہیں کر سکتے، مینٹل ایبزارپشن آپ نہیں ہو سکتے. یہ آپ کو پکڑے گی، یہ آپ کا مینٹل وینٹل سب ختم کر دے گی. پھر آپ جانیں گے کہ یہ کیا ہے، اس میں ہی جانیں گے کہ یہ کیا ہے، بیکاز یہ اتنی پیور ہے، thoroughly پیوریفائڈ ہے، یہ مکس نہیں ہے. یہ بھی ہے، یہ پاک ہے، یہ اخلاص میں آتی ہے. یعنی اخلاص جو دودھ کو آپ دودھ پیور ملک جو ہے نا وہ پیور ہے نا، وہ جب وہ کسی سے مکس نہیں ہوتا ہے وہ پیور ہوتا ہے، پانی سے مکس نہیں ہوتا ہے، کچھ نہیں، وہ پیور ہوتا ہے. تو ایسا یہ ذات واجب بھی ایبسولوٹ جو ہے، جو بھی چیز ایبسولوٹ ہے وہ کسی پہ ڈپینڈ نہیں کرتی ہے، تو مائنڈ کیسے آپ ایبزارب کریں گے اس میں؟ یہ آپ کو مائنڈ یہ طریقہ ہی الٹا کر دیا ہے ادھر. یہ آپ کا مائنڈ پھر ختم کرے گا. جب آپ اس پہ چلیں گے نا، اس میں آپ مائنڈ مینٹل ایکٹیویٹی یا مینٹل ایبزارپشن، کمپلیٹ مینٹل ایبزارپشن لا نہیں سکتے ہیں جب تک اس میں آپ پہلے مائنڈ کو چھوڑنا پڑے گا. مینٹل ایکٹیویٹی جو مائنڈ سے آتی ہے اس کو آپ کو چھوڑنا پڑے گا کہ آپ اس ایبسولوٹ میں پہلے رہیں مائنڈ کے بغیر. کوئی مینٹل ایکٹیویٹی، کوئی مینٹل ایبزارپشن نہیں ہو سکتی اس میں. مینٹل مائنڈ فریگمنٹڈ ہے، اور نہیں، ایک منٹ، مینٹل ایکٹیویٹی سے کوئی ایبزارپشن سے کوئی مینٹل کانسنٹریشن یا پیئنگ اٹینشن بھی مینٹلی آپ، جیسے ہم کہیں کہ پے اٹینشن ٹو دس، لیکن ہم یہ جیسے موجی بابا پہ کہہ رہے جسٹ، تو یہ اگر آپ کہیں گے مائنڈ کو لائیں اٹینشن کے لیے تو forget it. پھر آپ مائنڈ میں ایبسارب ہو جائیں گے اور وہ سمجھیں گے کہ یہ ہمیں سچ ملا ہے، لیکن یہ سچ نہیں ہے، بیکاز یہ مائنڈ سے الگ ہے. مائنڈ اس میں ہے، مائنڈ دیکھیں کبھی ایبسولوٹ نہیں ہے، ایبسولوٹ ہو نہیں سکتا ہے مائنڈ. دماغ جو ہے نا، برین، یہ دماغ کہتا ہے کہ پیار فضول ہے، یہ دل کہتا ہے کہ پیار خوب ہے. اچھا اب پوئٹری میں ہم آ گئے، کپلٹس. تو دیکھیں آپ سوچیں گے کہ میں پیار، ہاں اس سے میں پیار کیوں کروں؟ یہ تو چلے ریلیجسلی آپ سوچ رہے ہیں کہ یہ صالحین اللہ نہیں ہے، کہ مولانا صاحب دل آ گیا. ایسا نہیں کہیں کہ مولانا صاحب مجھے اس سے پیار ہو گیا اب میں کیا کروں. نہیں، کہتے ہیں نا کہ سمجھ سوچ کے پیار کریں نا. تو ویسے بھی وہ آپ کے پروفٹ نے تو کیا حال کیے ہیں، سمجھ سوچ کے پیار کریں، بیوٹیفل لڑکیوں کے ساتھ تو شادیاں کی ہیں۔ سورہ 33 آیت 52 کہ even if the women attract you find beautiful یعنی عجبا stunned by their beauty. تو یہ چھوڑیں کہ مولانا صاحب پہلی شادی ہم اچھا بھلے آپ سوری آپ کو پسند نہیں آئے، جیسے قرآن کی آیت ہے کہ بہت ہی عورتیں بہت بیوٹیفل ہوں تو لیکن ان کے پیچھے نہیں، ان سے شادی نہیں کریں، ایک بلیور سے مے بی یو ڈونٹ لائک اے بلیور maybe but it is good for you that lady is good for you that female is good for you. تو آپ دیکھیں جس میں نیکی ہو، جس میں، لیکن ایسا آپ کے پروفٹ کے لیے تو نہیں ہے نا، تو مجھے اپنے آپ کو کٹ تو کرنا پڑتا ہے، تو ایسے آ کے کٹ کر کے اپنے آپ کو کہاں میں پہنچ گئی شیعہ اس میں۔ تو سورہ 33 آیت 52 اب پروفٹ نے خوبصورتی دیکھی عورتوں میں اور پھر ان کو بولا گیا کہ just because you find a woman beautiful, right, you cannot marry them. ان کو بولا اچھا اب مائنڈ ہاؤ میں بھی اس میں اتنی مینٹل ایکٹیویٹی یا کمپلیٹ مینٹل ایبزارپشن کبھی ہو سکتا ہے؟ ہاں آپ اپنی سوچ، کون جا رہا ہے سوچ میں، سوچ کو آپ لڑا رہے ہیں، کمپلیٹ مینٹل ایبزارپشن یہ غلط کہنا ہے، آپ کو مس گائڈ کرنا ہے، بہت آسان ہی ایک بات ہے، یہ سمجھانے میں بھی مجھے پتہ نہیں کتنے دن لگ جائیں گے اردو میں. So you see it's very easy, like I'm trying to explain to them what is this mental absorption. It should not be there. The mind is fragmented. Mind cannot capture the absolute, right? And absolute is which is even complete mental absorption with complete mental, like you're like a sponge going into the deep sea. And let's say you're like a sponge, going down like this meditation my teacher did in Karachi American School, 3rd grade. You are sponges. Absorb kar rahe na. You're going down the ocean, down, 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 down. بالکل آپ نیچے پہنچ گئے ہیں، بالکل نیچے اسپنج ہے، جیسے آپ نے ایبزارب کر دیا ہے. آپ نے پورا سی کو ایبزارب کیا ہے یا نہیں کیا ہے، یا سی نے آپ کو ایبزارب کیا ہے؟ تو یہ جو اسپنج ہے نا، یہ مینٹل، یہ مائنڈ آپ سمجھے مینٹل، جہاں سے مینٹل ایبزارپشن ہو سکتا ہے نا. سمجھے اسپنج آپ نے پھینکا پانی میں، یو تھرو دا اسپنج ان دا اوشن، کین دا اسپنج بی دا اوشن؟ نہیں نا. But what absorbs the sponge? The water of the ocean, right? The sponge is absorbing the ocean, or the ocean is absorbing the sponge. تو mental activity ایک sponge کی طرح ہے which is limited، اور یہ absolute which is unlimited. ایک limited چیز کیسے absorb ہو سکتی ہے، fully comprehend کر سکتی ہے، سمجھ سکتی ہے، مے بی لاجک اپلائی کریں تو آپ تھوڑا، لیکن وہ ٹیسٹ کرنا اس کو، یعنی فلی ایبسولوٹ کو نہیں ہو سکتا ہے، عقل نہیں کر سکتی، کتنا بھی آپ فلی کمپلیٹ اس کو چلائیں اور ایبزارب کریں. ایک ایگزامپل ہے نا، analogy, one example I'm giving. How can a limited thing even complete mental with complete mental absorption of the absolute? Can it be that? Can it be completely by complete mental absorption of the absolute? You realize through perceptual insight of realization of truth. You can't. I oh, this is terrible. स्पंज तो जा रहा है, स्पंज नीचे कौन एब्जॉर्ब कर रहा है? ओशन का वाटर एब्जॉर्ब कर रहा है। तो ए दिले नादान, जुस्तजू क्या है, आरजू क्या है? Can you see if you use the mental absorption even? ओहो, तभी तो तुम लोग लाइक हम लोग मेंटल इमाम चाहिए, फिर इमाम आपको इमाम के पास इमाम समझ रहा है कि मेरा तो मेंटल कंप्लीट मेंटल एब्जॉर्प्शन है, ठीक है? फिर आपको इमाम चाहिए डेफिनेटली, फिर आप इमाम के पास जाएं। लेकिन हम जो हैं वो इमाम के पास नहीं जा रहे हैं, बिकॉज हमें तो पता चल गया है कि ओशन इटसेल्फ विल एब्सॉर्ब एक लिमिटेड चीज, ओशन इज will absorb ocean's water will be bring वो sponge को absorb करेगी. Sponge cannot absorb fully the ocean's water, right? Sponge can absorb little of ocean's water but not fully the ocean, right? You cannot say कि अगर sponge इतना बड़ा है, इतना बड़ा है हमें और पूरा ocean's water को absorb कर लेगा completely, absolute. चले absolute को let's make absolute the ocean's water, right? Full ocean. Can the sponge completely absorb the ocean's water? Completely the ocean? No. So ये उल्टा आपको दिया है. You'll need the imam जिनके पास फिर मारिफत है, जो वो कहते हैं कि हमारे पास ये इनके पास ये जो मारिफत ऐसे आई है ना. Whoever reaches this stage naturally becomes entitled to bear witness over his creation. Over his creation? Over God's creation? यही तो मुसीबत. So what has, oh my goodness, naturally becomes. स्पंज ने भी पूरा ओशन नहीं गया है. विटनेस हमारा माइंड कितना दूर जा सकता है इमेजिनेशन में. हाउ शैल आई एक्सप्लेन इट? नहीं नहीं नहीं, तो इधर ही ये गलत है. मैं देख रही हूँ, शुक्र है कि थैंक गॉड आई वेंट थ्रू माय ओन Descartes, René Descartes, and contemplation, and then say, no, what is this here? कि हम ना अल्लाह के बारे में बात कर सकते हैं. If we're talking about God, that means we haven't really. We can talk about God, but that will be an intellectual activity, and but we won't reach far. Scientists haven't found proof of God, right? You won't find the proof. Talking, yes, you can find attributes of mercy, this, that. Logically goes, so you can even logically witnessing, maybe go so far as saying that no, this is not God, this is not God, but then you reach an inference. So on that, the atheists say we cannot, where there's lack of proof of God's existence, because they cannot bear witness. You can only follow inference, let alone believe. Maybe, okay, let's go with you. We can say that you believe because the ayats have come and you believe in these ayats. Can you say the sponge is, okay, you can say this water, drop of water is the ocean, right? That has come out. What the Sufis say. But have you seen that coming out of that drop? You have not even seen when your souls were one and when God divided them. Can you see it? If you can't see it, that you were one souls, And God is telling you that you were one soul, right? You were one soul. Granite. Sorry, excuse me. I'm kind of tired. Be mindful of your Lord who created you. Lord is Rabbaniat. Be mindful of your Lord who created you from a single soul. And from it he created its mate. Created it or look, if God, oh my goodness. Now, if he created one soul, let's say you say he created the soul, okay, so he created a single soul, right? Created you from a soul, single, and created, again he says, and created from it its mate, okay? So he created from it its mate, and have you seen it when he divided you then and dispersed, meaning from both of them, men, many women, like he, right? So the Quran word here, English uses dispersed or divided, spread you out. So of course you were divided. The soul became less and less divided. Only this lady has written about it. And you can, Judy Hall, in the book I found in London, but 1996, hands across, she explains, but did you witness it? Created. Okay, so from one soul, he created a female, your mates, then female and male. Jesus Christ, I heard it. Sorry, yeah, here, hands, oh, sorry, yeah. Hands across time, the soul made it enigma. This is the, so she will tell you in her book how there was one soul, and so about soulmates, then groups, then like this ayat, she has put diagrams and all this in her book, right? So mankind, oh mankind, fear your Lord, who created you from one soul and created from it its mate. So created one soul, and maybe at this time it didn't have a mate, like females, gender difference. Gender. It didn't have a gender, so maybe it created gender mate, like you can put it this way, and dispersed. So he divided you. He divided it further from both of them, many men and women. Or wait a minute. Did he the Judy or no, then he says that mate, from that you came about, so the soul is not further divided. God knows. And dispersed from both of them many men, so now it's men, women, and it's not the soul further being divided. Nafs. It's nafs, right? Not definitely it's nafs, not spirit here. From one, can you go to this? Fully absorbed in the mind with a mental absorption? Go to this with mental absorption. Would you say this Wahid soul is what? It's created, but is what? Absolute, right? So can you go up the ladder? Like now, go to the one soul, one Wahid soul, through the mind's activity, which you would call absolute. One soul, right? Wahid. Allah is Wahid. absolute. No quality, no quantity, nothing. Pure soul, one. No female, no male. Can you go up with mental absorption, perception, insight? Geez, oh my goodness. Sorry. You can't. Maybe you reach that? Or would you need to first find some place where you can find some space away from your mental absorption also? And when we say paying attention, is like dropping all concentration and attention, even I would say. Not from your whole being of perception. Even if Jiddu Krishnamurti says this, I will not take it. I will not accept it. You can't. Go ahead and do that. See how far you'll go. So I had to put my thought, mental activity aside. That what is this? Is there something here where my mental activity or absorption in it or is not there? Would you say awareness, being aware, bringing your awareness to it, not your attention? And who is so then you realize slowly you realize I'm bringing my awareness to it, but this is pure awareness. And this is not even, it doesn't even have mine or yours. It's just pure awareness. So it doesn't even have a personal, it is like, oh my God, so this is not even from the mind and it's not even mine or yours. It's all prevalent. It then should be with everyone and everywhere, right? So a little bit logic also to explain this, but witness who's so mental, a little bit logic to explain this, but it itself is the one that should, like a limited, like, look, like my father, someone, a Shia would, how, like, you see, like Imam Hussein has said, right? Your soul, about your soul or some absolute thing, right? How can a thing which is dependent upon you be proof of your existence? How can a thing which is dependent upon you for its existence be proof of your existence? Now let's say your mother can say, I bear witness that I gave birth to you. Let's start with witness then. You even though present there as a baby, you cannot bear witness because you were not, even though you were present. Can you say that this is the mother who gave me birth? Let's say there's adoption and parents don't tell you, your adopted parents, that your mother doesn't, your adopted mother doesn't tell you that you were not born by her. She was your adopted, she's your adopted mother, right? And you've always thought that she's given birth to you. She's the mother that has given birth to you. Can you bear witness, even though you were born from your mother, you were not born from, I mean, can you bear witness, even if you were born from the mother, your true biological mother, that she gave me birth? No, you can't. Even though you were present there, but you were not aware. You were a baby, your mind, your awareness was not even developed. Your mind was not even developed. So even at times, like the perception is needed for an event, right? To bear witness in court, let's say, for a case, for an accident, Okay, the mind is needed there, but you were present, right? And you were aware. And you also had, yes, then you, the mind had, I was the mind will help you, yes. Your perception, I saw it with my two eyes. But as a child, baby born, being born, can you bear witness to that? You can't, but the mother can. Mother can, because she was fully aware of it. Okay, here you would say she's fully perceptive, unless she is, I don't know. She, no, she has to be aware. She can't be given an anesthesia. Never given birth to a child, so I don't know. So no, she can't. Even in that cesarean, ooh, she have she can bear witness. Let's say normal birth and all this. So you can't give you can't bear witness. Your mother will bear witness to you. She gave birth to you. So then where do I take you? Then another thing is that then can you be mentally absorbed completely so much that you can say that I bear witness that my mother gave birth to me? Huh? You would need DNA, scientific proof, or without, let's say you are a very spiritual person, very spiritual now, at some age. Can you spiritually know that your mother gave birth? This is the mother that gave me birth. Or intuitively, maybe, oh, it's not this. You are my adopted mother. Please tell me. So these problems coming up, and I can go on until, whatever, uh, infinity like this, hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Because I don't know how to really put it shortly and give it to you, right? So what I had to do is say that no, this, if I come this way, then I will maybe you will, okay, spiritually, maybe you find out intuitively that this was my mother who gave birth to me, not that one. So becomes entitled to bear witness over his creation, or but not his creation, but not him as the creator, right? You cannot bear witness over him as a creator, for God's sakes. Even if you are bearing witness over his creation, have you seen every creation that he has created? No. So what's this? Whoever reaches this stage naturally becomes entitled to bear witness over his creation, God's creation. Yes, go ahead. Go and see. You haven't even seen all of his creation. You haven't seen his galaxies. You haven't been to different planets. You haven't been to do you know what stars? Even his creation you cannot bear witness to, for God's sakes. Let alone him as a creator then also. In the Quran, such witnesses have been described as shahada. In verse 41 of Surah Nisa and 89 of Nahl, Allah says He will call the Holy Prophet as witness over other witnesses. Yes, okay. But giving these two ayats, okay, here they are. Surah 4, ayat 41, against those people as witnesses. But against his what are you saying here, and then what examples are you giving us here? Surah 16, ayat 89. And mention the day when we will resurrect among every nation a witness over them from themselves. That's later. And we will bring you, O Muhammad, as a witness over these. Muhammad didn't even know that Zaid is a kidnapped son. of this, a kidnapped son of someone. Kidnapped. Zaid was kidnapped. And he bought him. So that was like 12 Shia under Surah 33 ayat, 4 or 5 commentary in the market of Akkaz. So how will it be when Surah 4 ayat 41, let me read it out. So how will it be when we bring from every nation a witness and bring you, O Muhammad, against these people as a witness? So there's no God witness, right? And mention Surah 16 ayat 89. We will bring, O Muhammad, as a witness over these, your nation, and we have sent down to your book as clarification for all things. Maybe you need to all need to bear witness to this book sent down to Muhammad as guidance and mercy and good tidings for the believers. Which ayah says that everything bears witness to his unity. Huh? One creator, but technically you cannot bear witness to the creator. Ooh. So Surah 4 ayat 41. So how will it be? Okay, so 6, sorry. Surah 6 ayat 19 now. Say what thing is greatest in testimony. Back to this ayat. Say Allah is witness between me and you. And this Quran was revealed to me that I may warn you thereby. Allah is a witness, yes, but we being a witness to Allah, no, as a creator even. And the Quran was revealed to me that I may warn you thereby and whoever it reaches. Do you testify that with Allah there are other deities? Right? Say, I will not testify. Say, indeed, he is but one God. Okay, Prophet Muhammad or Abraham, no, Quran has been. Prophet Muhammad refuses to testify that there are other deities, gods with Allah, right? Okay, and say, I will not testify that there are other gods with Allah. Say, indeed, he is but one God, Wahid. Or he is God. He is one God. Does it say Wahid? Surah 6, ayat 19. And indeed, I am free of what you associate. Now, what you associate. What you associate, but what Allah can associate with himself. Surah Maida ayat 55. That's okay, waliyakum. But here it means, but you see, first of all, deity is gods with Allah. So if you associate anything with Allah, would make it what? A deity with Allah, right? So Surah Maida at 55, Messenger is a deity with Allah, waliyakum. And Imam Ali is a deity with Allah, as your waliyakum. With Allah and the Messenger. Still, this person, Prophet Muhammad, cannot testify to one God, right? This would be an inference in the Tawheed. Look, Surah 6, ayat 19. Let me see. Wahid God, Surah 6, oh God, 19. Oops. Okay, Prophet Muhammad has testified that there is no God but He, right? Do you truly testify that with Allah there are other deities? Wahid. What has Imam Ali said? Okay, let's go this way now. Let's take a turn. If you say Allah is one, Saman, one, you divide, you use it. Don't put, what do you do with it? Like people start thinking that there are two God, that he can be divided, numerically taking him. And Wahid is a number in Arabic, right? Wahid, itnain, thalatha, arba, khamsa, sitte. Wahid, one. Is there one God? Did Imam Ali say one God? Wahid? Use him as a numeric? No. Okay, now let's come another. No. So this could go on forever and ever, but I don't think even Prophet Muhammad can testify that I testify. Remember, I showed you Abraham's also as the Lord. He only is God, one. Illahun, Wahid. Oh, he is one. Illah means God. He alone is one. Hawa, he is God one. Huh? It's not he alone is one. Acha, he is God one. Wahid. Can Prophet Muhammad testify to this? He can say there is no God, but can he testify to God being one? He, only he is God one. And indeed, I am free of what you associate. So he has, I testify. Ashhadu, say. Wait a minute, let me start from God's say, not do. Do I testify? Say. Only he is, I do not testify to there are more gods than one. Only he is God, one. How can Prophet Muhammad testify to this? He can draw an inference, no matter how great you are. Imams, Prophet Muhammad, after the Imams, first Prophet Muhammad, even this great prophet cannot testify to there being God one. He, I am your Lord. But he, no one has seen him. Even prophets have not seen him. Even Shias, now you. And Sunnis, how would you come here and say, can you see this God? Can you testify? Oh, he does not speak to you, but through a veil and all this. But can you testify to he is God one? There is no God but he. So say, I will not testify. Say, indeed, he is but one God, right? Oh, this is how they put it. So is he saying, I will not testify to these deities, but I testify, but say, indeed, he is but one God. Yeah, but you see here, he doesn't testify. If so, so it's full stop here. He only testifies to there are no other deities with Allah. Wait a minute. Do you truly testify that with Allah there are other deities? Say, I will not testify. Then full stop. Then just saying that indeed is but one God, indeed I am free of what you associate, is not testifying. He's not testifying. Or if you say he's testifying, okay, he's testifying, but then he can't testify, I would say, to that one God. He can't testify. He's limited. That other God is unlimited. He can't testify to that God, this God, one God. Shias, you know that. He can't testify. Uh, Ismailis, you know this. He's beyond existence. No one can testify to that. If Abraham has done it, then he's wrong. Who is the creator? He is the creator. No, even as he being one God, Prophet Muhammad cannot testify to this. Because Prophet Muhammad has not been present. With He's limited. He can't testify to this one God. You get it or not? Maybe I haven't. I need more to show you why he can't tell. More reasons. So, okay, let's leave it for a little while. Then Surah 2 ayat 214. So the Shias here, they've made a little mistake here. Here, right? Awakens conscience. O followers of the book, why do you disbelieve in the communications? Oh, this Aka Medipuya. Islam awakens conscience, right and wrong, and invites man to use reason for believing in the signs of Allah. Okay, yes, reason for believing in the signs of Allah, but not witnessing Allah, so that he finds out the truth, but not witnessing Allah. So this is the way you believe, like you awaken, Islam awakens your mind, your conscious right and wrong, what's right and wrong, and invites man to use reason, aql, reason. That's your mind, logic, reason, rational being, rationality, reason for believing. Oh, for believing in the signs of Allah, but still not witness, right? Still not witness, so that he finds out the truth. And the truth is that Allah Himself bears witness, and all this goes on. Oh, God. So, what is greater, belief or believing in the signs of Allah, awakening your conscience, inviting man to use reason, or this witnessing the ones here who are in also this, right? Surah 3, ayat 18 now. Not Surah 3, ayat 70, or followers of the book. Oh, you know what the Shias have done on the followers of the book? They haven't used witness here. Although Surah 3, ayat 70. So here they've written about believing in the signs of Allah, not witnessing the signs of Allah. They haven't explained properly. So these poor Ahl Kitab, even the Shias have not done justice to this ayat against the Ahl Kitab. O followers of the book, why do you disbelieve in the communications of Allah while you witness them? What have the Shias strayed to? Islam awakens conscience, the mind, conscience, what is right and wrong, the akal which gives you what is right and wrong, and invites man to use reason for believing in the signs of Allah. Oh, they've gone completely wrong in this. Shias. Then I jumped to Surah 3 ayat 18. This is what I was wondering. I missed something earlier on this. You see how the Shias have, oh my God, why are they explaining what you need to believe in the signs of Allah when it says here you're witnessing the signs of Allah? It's different from believing in the signs of Allah. Iman, bringing faith, being believers. So they've just stopped at like, oh, followers of the book, why do you disbelieve in the signs of Allah? That's it. They haven't put their mind on the witness. Oh my God. Do you see the injustice? Not only the Quran, afterwards, Shia's explanation. So they are disbelievers in the ayats of Allah. But what have they missed? Witness. Every being in the heavens and the earth glorifies Allah and bears witness to His unity, Tawheed. Witness they've missed here, Shias. 12 Shias. Believing in the signs of Allah so that He finds out the truth, like this. They have not even known here what the witness says. These poor followers of the book have been called, saying that you are disbelievers because you were witnesses to the ayats of Allah. My goodness. Where has Mubuya Ali gone to? Comment Shias. Only belief, on the belief they've stopped. Awaken conscience, right and wrong. It does. Islam awakens your, see, Islam awakens your conscious to Allah or something, right? Oh my goodness. What an injustice to Ahl Kitab. Already this Quran has done injustices to Ahl Kitab, Jews and Christians, followers of the book. Now, another thing is, God knows how Shias translate this ayah, but not including the Prophet Muhammad and saying with believers, where's the help of Allah? Oh my God. You know, so coming here, so do you testify that Allah, yeah, so we were, forget this, Surah 6 ayat 19. Now, Surah 2 ayat 214. Look at what the Shias have done here. Ayat says, messenger and those who believed with him. Remember, I left you in the previous live stream with this. I've come back to this now. Continuing from the previous live stream. Surah 2 ayat 214. Messengers and messenger of Allah, messenger. It's not in capital. Who is this messenger who is not in capital? And those, like a like, you know, he can be a prophet, he can only be a messenger. Messenger and those who believed with him said, messenger and those who believed with him said, look, oh my, here my heart started to wrench. Yeah. Messenger and those who believed with him said, when is the help of Allah? Guess what? Shias have messed it up, full time messing. That's why I tell you, you know why Yazid went back to Medina and what he did in Medina, that atrocious. And what he did in Makkah, because against the polytheists, this man, God knows, okay, let me just read this out. My notes. God knows how Shias translate this ayah, but not including the Prophet Muhammad and saying, with the believers, where is the help of Allah? They haven't included the messenger. I'll show you. Where is the help of Allah? And saying where with the believers, where is the help of Allah? No. Messenger never said this. It was Khandak, giving example of Khandak and Ali's victory. Surah 2 ayat 214. You know what they say? Toba. There's, so I think with way the chief, the Imam or the Naqib's lineage from Khandak. Surah Baqarah. Let me just find Surah Baqarah. Oh. 2 to 5. My heart wrenched. Now I 255. Sorry, 255. No. What is it? Oh goodness. Where is it? Multilingual Quran. 2-1. Or do you think that you would enter pardon while yet the state of those who have passed? 214 of Surah Baqarah. And befall them, and they were shaken violently, so that the messenger, it's in capital letter M, messenger and those who believed with him said, when will the help of Allah come? Now surely the help of Allah is nigh. Maybe you know when he was killing Hawaii and Banu Qurayza and this, the Jews were saying, with their messenger, where maybe in their lineage they had an imam. So the verse is reported to have been revealed at the time of the Battle of Khandaq, when the restless Muslims, how restless they were, kept on asking, when comes, only the restless Muslims kept on asking, not the messenger, noteworthy. But the Quran ayat says the messenger and those, so that the messenger, you can't even put while, so that the messenger, while those who believed with him, said, come on, it's and, right? It's very obvious. The messenger himself was saying with the believers, when will the help of Allah come? Look what they've done. So here they've deviated so badly that they've forgotten that their messenger, their prophet, Rasulullah, Muhammad, the Mustafa, what he did to the Jews, what he did to the polytheists. So in Khandaq, the battle of the trench, what he did to the Jews. Well, they've already they built the Khandaq by the idea given to them by Salman Farsi, right? Why would the restless Muslims kept on saying, when, okay, when comes Allah's help? When comes? And the ayat is not saying only the restless believers did that, but also the messenger was saying that. So when comes Allah's help? This here, again, the Shias have made a big blunder, I'll show you. Before them, the famous Arab warrior Amr bin Abdwud, astride on his horse, was proudly repeating his challenge for a man-to-man combat, right? Because the Muslims have made a khandak, and okay, the Muslims were on the brink of losing faith in Allah. Why? Oh, you've made a khandak, you're on the other side, don't worry about it. Losing faith in Allah. The Muslims were on the brink of losing faith in Allah. No mention of the messenger and his prophet, as they had brink of losing faith in Allah and his prophet, as though the prophet is no more the messenger here. His prophet, as they had done in the battle of Uhud. They lost in the battle of Uhud. Everyone among them was hiding his head, lest the messenger of Allah might command him to accept the challenge. Some among them began to narrate the daring acts of the daredevil in order to discourage their friends, though they are held as great heroes of Islam. By their ignorant followers, they refused to go to fight the challenger when asked by the Holy Prophet, because they relied more upon the advice of their comrades than on Allah's help. So only these Muslims were saying, when is the help of Allah, not the messenger? Right? After that, the Holy Prophet wanted to know who would go to meet the enemy. He never said, when is the help of Allah? He repeatedly asked this question. Every time, what question? What question? Who will go and face the enemy? Not when is the help of Allah. He's asking the Muslim warriors, who will help me? Who will go and face the enemy? Abdwood. He repeatedly asked this question. Every time only Ali came forward. At last, Ali, the total faith, as aptly described by the Holy Prophet, went to fight against Amr bin Abdwad, the total disbelief. Ali, in no time, killed the formidable champion of the invaders. Invaders. When the total faith of Ali in Allah and his messenger, through his matchless bravery, was established, there came a violent storm which ruined the enemy camp. Oh, a violent storm came. Allah cast terror into their hearts. They broke their houses, rooted their fighting forces, just jumping to Surah Ashur. They dispersed in chaos and disorder and ran all the way to Makkah. So even the violent storm, not only Ali destroyed, even the violent form of storm of Allah came, wrath of Allah came. They dispersed in chaos and disorder and ran all the way to Makkah, the polytheists of Makkah, in utter disappointment and defeat. Now surely Allah's help is near, was revealed in praise of the faith and strength and bravery of Ali. Right? God knows what it's like. Now surely Allah's help is near was revealed in the praise of the faith and strength and bravery of Ali. Then the Holy Prophet declared, the one strike of Ali on the day of Khandaq is superior to the prayers of both the worlds. Also refer to the verses 9, 10, and 25 of Al-Ahzab. Aka Mehdipuya says this verse confirms the saying of the Holy Prophet that his companions would follow in the footsteps of the Jews and the Christians in deviating from the right path and wavering in faith. Verse 213 and 214 of this surah also confirm that the prophets came to develop the aptitude of man for distinguishing between right and wrong conscience and test his ability to choose the right path, even though it may be terribly shaking you up. Reaction to the prophetic mission varies according to the receptibility of an individual. He had such crazy hypocrites, first class, that Allah had to test the hypocrites, them like this, believers. Therefore, the followers of the last prophet are not an exception to this general rule. They cannot be said to be equal in faith. Some were certain, some were doubtful. Some were sincere, some were hypocrites. Nowhere does it say that the messenger with the believers in the Shia commentary, messenger with the believers said, when will the help of Allah come? Please look at this ayat. It says, the messenger and those who believed with him said. Now, were they were, or do you think that they would first, okay, also this part, look at this, right? This I thought was like for Karbala, that there are only 72 and they're being killed and they're being massacred and wherever they're found, or, like they're being, who passed away before you, they're suffering, suffering, suffering. Or do you think that you would enter the garden while yet the state of those who have passed away before you has not come upon you. Distress and affliction befell them. Like, the Jews and the Makkan polytheists have opened like stray dogs, lions against the believers, put them in a cage. They're not on the side of Khandak, like the other side of Khandak, so they can't come towards them, the Makkan polytheists. And perhaps they put the Jews in a hostage state. Sorry, state, right? Oh, distress and only Abdwood calling out, Amr bin Abdwood, who will man? And they say how strong, how daring, daredevil was Abdwood. That these Muslims, poor Muslims in Khandak, are shaking and shivering and in terrible distress. That we will lose. And they're so shaken up from Abdwood's call to combat a man to man. Put them in great distress, like great affliction befell them, and they were shaken violently. Who must be shaken violently? Shall I take you to Surah Hashar ayat 2? Allah cast terror into the hearts, and they broke their own houses, and the believers broke their houses. So you see, छाने लगी शाम गरीबा for the Banu Qurayza. And what will happen to the Banu Qurayza after this? Just immediately after this, he goes to wash his hands. Jibrail comes and says, go against Banu Qurayza. Ay kayamat ka hai sama. For the Banu Qurayza. I wonder what he did that Abdwud couldn't fight Ali. And then you also, God needs a storm. No, guess what happened there? Hostages, Jews, Yathrib, Khandak on one side, holding them. We will rape your women if you come on this side. We will rape those women that you, Palti said, we will help you, Jews, whoever attacks you. You see, he went from Makkah to Medina blaming the Paltis that they are after my life. I need refuge. They gave him refuge. They preferred some of them, they're called Ansars, the Jews now who became Muslims. They preferred them to the Muhajirin, themselves to the Muhajirin over over themselves. Surah Hashr ayat. This man hostage kept. No storm worm came. Right? Ali, in no time, killed the formidable champion of the invaders. And they went back. I wondered. 1,000 of them, 10,000 Makkan polytheists went back when the total faith of Ali in Allah and His Messenger through his matchless bravery, was established. There came a violent storm which ruined the enemy camp and routed their fighting forces. Oh, this also. Shias? Their Surah Ahzab, you say that they left. 10,000 men left. Baltius. Khyber or Khandak? No, the same Amr Abdwad, right? Khandak. They couldn't help the Jews because of Khandak, the trench dug. And so there were Muslims on one inside. So the polytheists, Makkans, could not reach that jump over the trench. And guess what? Hostages, Safiya bint Huway and all. And what they could, hostages, right? So please. Now, distress, huh? For just Abdwud crying out. Oh, come, was proudly repeating his challenge. And he was on a horse, but he was saying, come for a man-to-man combat. I will come down from the horse or just man to man. Don't come all at once to me. Come, man to man combat. This was the Arab, that's why the Arab, but pagan way. Because I told my father, I said, why didn't Yazid just go and en masse, Yazid's army, destroy the 72? He said no, because in Arab it was this, that one man, a man to a man combat. They at least had, Yazid's army at least still maintained this tradition. Send Ali Akbar now. Now Abbas before Abbas, right? Or Ali Akbar before, or honor Muhammad against R1. And Abbas went with the whatever to Hazrat Abbas. Okay. So you want to respect them and this, and you can do, but I see a different picture here. Against Shia Islam too. Against Ali, the murderer, killer. Hostages taking. Storm came. You know, your Ali didn't do the whole work, right? So remember, I'm not a Jew, I'm not a Christian, I'm here for justice and truth. Cry for the right oppressors. And since I have found out and seen, why should I cry for the wrong ones who oppressed? Right? Who oppressed them? Ali. Oh. So these, look, it says you're shaken violently. No, they were not. The Muslims were not. They were just scared. Abdwud was, and they were, come on, they were scared of Abdwud. Violently shaken? This whole ayat has been out of proportion. Even the message, where does it mention? It only, what here it mentions, they can't even mention what the ayat has mentioned, what Allah has mentioned, for your Allah. You can't mention that. That the messenger and those who believed with him said, when will the help of Allah come? And those Shias were the wait, what the, if they can't say this? This means that Ali is total faith, because even the messenger had started to doubt. They were violently, these believers who were violently shaken, that the messenger and those who believed with him, like there were these other believers who were violently shaken. Now, I got the wrong meaning of this ayat also, but now I fully got the meaning of this, that it is not in Karbala that Rasulullah came with his believers and said, where is the help of Allah? And said, Allah then told him to say, no, surely the help of Allah is nigh. Oh my goodness, what a terrible disappointment. That's not what even the Shia say, 12 Shia. आए हैं जनाजे पे Rasulullah, Bibi Fatima Zahra. You see, so this, you see how even the Shias, forget the Sunnis and all, Shias like this. You have not done justice to this ayat. So what makes Ali total faith? That's it. That even the messenger said, where is the help of Allah? Or like Jesus Christ said, who will, when he saw that his disciples were losing faith or doubting, he said, who will help me in the cause of Allah? The Quran ayat. So the messenger can say, who will help me in the cause of Allah? Since, this Abd, such a great warrior, they're all scared of him. The Muslims, Sahabas with Prophet Muhammad. But violently shaken? When did Abd shake? Like his voice was such that it shook them? Or they remembered Battle of Uhud where they had lost? It was violently shaking them? So who does this ayat go for? I think it goes for the Jews and Huway or Kaab, their leaders, Jewish leaders, messengers, and the believers with Huway or Kaab. Huway was the chief of his tribe, right? A Banu Qurayza tribe or Banu Nadir. Huway was the Banu Qurayza tribe chief. They must be saying, when is the help of Allah? Or their messenger saying, their messenger has come, their Messiah has come, with some of their believers violently shaken. So you see the message, also this look, about this ayat, right? Or do you think that you would enter the garden while you, yet the state of those who have passed away before you has not come upon you? Distress and affliction befell them, and they were shaken violently. Okay, they were shaken violently. So that the messenger and those who believed with them, so they were shaken violently, right? At that time, the messenger and those believers with them were not yet shaken violently. So that this is about that time when these believers were shaken, some set of believers, group of believers, and then you've brought this forward into this time where now you're saying the believers with the messenger are shaken violently. Also, now they are being tested, shaken violently, distressed. But what is this ayat actually saying? Did I get it wrong? That now the messenger and the believer, no, the believers are being shaken violently. Oh, so now, yes, you bring that forward to you. Okay, you brought this forward to this messenger, but the believer saying. So this messenger was not saying. Okay, you'll say this messenger, but the messenger with these with them, the past ones, their messenger was saying, and with those with him, with this messenger, the believers with this messenger were saying, when will the help of Allah come? But the messenger was saying, and now here you're saying this messenger was not saying when will the help of Allah come. So in history, in which time does this refer to? Also this we should see, right? Because there are different group of believers sufferings and tested so severely that they said with that they did shaken violently, so that the messenger and those believers, a different set of believers with the messenger, were saying, when will the help of Allah come for them who have been tried and tested so severely? Distress, affliction befell them, and they were shaken violently, so that the messenger and those who believed with him at that time were saying, when will the help of Allah come for them, these set of group. Doesn't it? Doesn't this ayat mean this also? So let's see. I'm really, sometimes I get sorry, I get confused. Like, so they go to Khandak and they say the present this time. What happened is the messenger didn't say. Maybe this is what they want to say, that the messenger with the believers didn't say. Only the believer said, when will the help of Allah come? Will come because they were these people, and they were this group of people being tested by Allah, put in distress, affliction befell them, and they were shaken violently. But at least in this time, the messenger and those who believed with him said, when will the help of Allah come? Meaning they're watching, they're seeing this other group of believers being violently, in distress, put in distress, affliction befalling them, and they were shaken violently. For them, when will the help of Allah come? And I'm in such a, like, what is this? Because the Shia, again and again, so it's been how many years since I've left this religion? But every time I go through this, it hurts me. It's very painful. And also, like, I have to make sure that I haven't made a mistake here understanding this ayat, right? Surah 2 ayat 214. I think I need to take a break also on this ayat so we continue with the this notes of mine. So, and another thing is, so God knows how the Shias translate this ayah, but not including the Prophet Muhammad and saying with believers, where is the help of Allah for those group of believers who are tested and tried and put in trial and distress and violently shaken? I felt this ayat was like this. So that the messenger and those believers for them were saying, when is the help of Allah for them? So now, Surah 53, Ayat 35, does he have knowledge of the unseen? I need to cover something more on a lighter side now. Does he have knowledge of the unseen? So he sees. Now, Allah is saying in Surah Najm, Ayat 35, what is he saying? Do they have knowledge of the unseen so they see? So you need to see. So who is he talking about? Knows that his provision will be exhausted if he spends on the poor. Allah's generally saying, does this person have knowledge of the unseen so he sees? Now, if so he doesn't have knowledge of the unseen, of course he can't see. Oh, but he's conjecturing, guessworking, or what? Okay, uh, I don't know. So Surah 50, I have read the previous ayat, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, what is God saying? Is So he hasn't got knowledge of the unseen, but it's speaking like he's got knowledge of the unseen and saying believe in gods and all this. And Surah 53 at 36, or has he not been informed of what was in the scripture of Moses? Is he talking about a Jewish man or right? Oh, so it's this Surah Najm ayat 36. Now there's a scripture of Moses. We know Torah is the prescription, and I showed you that kitab. There's a contradiction on what the Ismailis say about the kitab. I showed you the Quran ayats. Then, okay, Moses has a scripture. I don't know whether it's Torah they're speaking about or another Exodus or God knows what, okay? But Moses has a scripture, right? Which is the Torah mentioned in another other ayats. But now look at this. Abraham also has a scripture. Scroll is a scripture. Suhufi is a scroll. It's like written. You write something in it. Surah 53 at 37 says, and of Abraham who fulfilled his obligations. So Surah 53 at 36 and Surah 53 at 37, we continue. And if you're going to tell me, or has he not been informed of what was in the scriptures of Moses and Abraham who fulfilled his obligations? Now, Abraham has scrolls given to him by Allah. Surah 87, if you don't believe in this continuation, then I'll take you to, which I did. I've taken you to Surah 87, ayat 19 now. Brought you here. The scripture of Abraham and Moses. Now, no Ismaili can say that this is not written because scrolls, suhufi means scrolls, scripture, written, not prescribed, not recited. What is a scroll? The scrolls of Abraham wa Musa. Surah Ala ayat 19. Suhufi Ibrahim wa Musa. Now what will the Ismaili say about this? Why this? So we come to Surah 3 ayat 65. What does it tell the Ahl Kitab? People of the book, right? Why dispute you about Abraham when the law and the gospel, when the Torah and the Injil were not revealed till after him? Have you no understanding? But definitely the scrolls, Abraham's scrolls, they are written. Shakir translation, or followers of the book, meaning Jews and Christians. So why do you dispute about Abraham when the Torah and the Injil were not revealed till after him, till after Abraham? So why are you Jews and Christians disputing about Abraham? Do you not understand? Do you not use reason, akal? Do you not have akal? Or do you not use reason, or do you not understand? What does it say in Arabic? So then what is it? Excuse me. How stupid. Sorry. How ignorant. Your God can say we are stupid. They are stupid. Foolish. Mindless. So here, even the Ismailis, if they'll say that Abraham didn't have any scrolls written, and that's why they were arguing how stupid, and they have to rely on the Quran now about Abraham, right? What God has sent down now, because that was prescribed to, what was prescribed to Abraham was not in a written book. Not in any scrolls, right? You know what are scrolls? Let me. Scrolls of Abraham are part of religious scriptures, suhuf of Islam. These scriptures are believed to have contained the revelations of Abraham received from the God of Abrahamic religions, which were written down by him, Ibrahim himself, as well as his scribes and followers. Oh, that would be Jews, Bani Israel. In two surahs, chapters, it's revealed. Scrolls means there is a reference to the leaves, scrolls, journals, suhuf of Ibrahim and Musa scrolls. So just get it right. Now it's on Musa, Abraham, sorry, not Musa. Suhuf is generally understood to mean scrolls, generally understood. I tried to find something on this and the smiley, but I couldn't. Many translators, including Abdullah Yusuf Ali, and Marmaduke Pichel, did I pronounce, sorry if I didn't pronounce the name properly, I've translated the verse as the books of Abraham and Musa. But you know, kitab, again, if you say book, it would go to kitab, and then the smileys will tell you that the kitab is a prescription of legal, not written anything. Abraham himself wrote it, his followers wrote it, and this is what Surah Al Imran, Surah Allah, Surah 87. Nay, he's not acquainted. So, what is this? In Surah Najm. Nay, he is not acquainted with what is in the book of Moses and of Abraham who fulfilled his engagements. And Surah Allah, Ayat 19, and this is in the Suhuf, scrolls of the earliest revelations, the Suhuf of Abraham and Moses. Why are you arguing about Abraham when the Torah and the Injil, but the Suhuf were Abraham was okay before Moses. So this also, you get it? Why? Because the Jews will say we have the scrolls of Ibrahim, or Abraham. So Surah 3 at 65. Why do you dispute about Abraham when the law, when the Torah and the Injil were not revealed till after him? Have you no sense? Have you no akal? Have you no understanding? Do you not understand? But the Jews could take out the scrolls. The Quran itself says that Abraham had scrolls. You know, the suhuf, the scrolls that you. What are scrolls? Now you want to see more what are scrolls? This is a roll of parchment or paper for writing on. So because the Jews told, now he took that from the Bible or at that time, or Waraka gave him, Khadija's cousin. Scrolls is for writing. Are you going to tell me that Abraham didn't have any writing when the Quran itself admits that Abraham had scrolls now? It's not called Quran. It's not called Kitab. It's called Suhuf, which is scroll. It's not called, which is a roll of parchment or paper for writing on. The first definition we take, right? That's writing on, writing on, writing on. Now, they didn't have, so this, like the facility that moves a display on a screen in order to allow this for the computer screen, or this not scrolling. Abraham had that parchment of paper for writing on, so oof, that Allah gave him the writing, and he himself wrote it, and his scribes wrote it, and his followers wrote it, and which the Jews must have, right? Before the Christians. Before the Christians, the Jews must have it, right? Now, what are the Ismailis going to say about this? I wonder. Dr. Khalil Andani has, sorry to say, he's made mistakes also. I showed you. So now what? Now, look at this cruel, cruel man. Surah 4, ayat 47. O you who were given the scripture, believe in what we have sent down, meaning to Prophet Muhammad, confirming that which is with you, before we obliterate faces and turn them toward their backs, or curse them as we curse the Sabbath Sahabas, breakers, they say. And ever is the matter of Allah accomplished. Now he's using Allah to punish them like this, obliterate their faces. And what a stupid, oh, sorry, but what a way to say this, right? What Allah has written here, Surah 3, ayat 65. Why dispute you? So you would say, oh, Abraham, everything is lost, or a little bit is there, but things of Abraham given by God to him is lost. What did Dr. Khalilanda, what do the Shia say? So now we have to assume that this Quran is true, to rely on this mostly and compare the ayats from here to see what still that is saved in the Bible, right? But don't tell me that Abraham, they didn't have the scrolls of Abraham, the Jews, written by Abraham. Quran ayats are telling us about this, right? Abraham's scrolls, ancient, earlier. Surah Al ayat 19. What? Surah 3 ayat 65. So if the Christians and the Jews are disputing, the Jews have the scrolls of Abraham. So who would win? Put like this in the Quran, are you disputing about Abraham when the law and the Injil, meaning the Jews and the Christians are disputing about Abraham? That when the law, when the Torah, and the Injil, gospel of Jesus, were not revealed till after him? What are you saying, Allah, to them? Have you no understanding? Meaning, come now to the Quran, and Allah will reveal to you what was revealed to Abraham. So both of you come. I've been sent as a peacemaker and conflict dispute arbitrator. This Quran is to arbitrate for you to disputing about Abraham, and I can open the Bible and what the Gentile or the Jews asked Jesus Christ. But what are you saying? Abraham was that Abraham. I am before Abraham was. Abraham is the father of the Jews. Right? Now tell me, they don't have the scrolls? And he's going to solve the problem. And he's telling them, even though the Quran is now being revealed after Abraham, why is this God telling them? How unjust to the Jews and the Christians. Even just even the basic thing about this Quran is that it was revealed even after the Torah and the Injil. And it's going to tell you, oh, it's all your books are corrupted and you've mixed it up. Now, the lost teachings of Jesus and what the Jews have corrupted. But you should have uphold the Torah, uphold the Injil, and uphold this also. So come here, I'm going to. Now, but this ayat loses this logical fallacy in this. How can they believe in this? When it's even the way the reasoning is that how come you are disputing about Abraham when the law and the Injil were not revealed till after him? Say that at least go to the scrolls of Abraham, right? Revealed at the time to Abraham. What kind of ayat is this? And telling them, do not use reason, do not have understanding. What? If this is your God and this is logic, for God's sake, good. Okay, you can hold on to the logic, his logic. Do this kind of a thing in logic class. Even in Pakistan, living in Pakistan, go to that intermediate. Do that Western, go to a Western, like Catholic, or that nationalized Catholic Christian colleges and put this, and see what you get in your class test for logic. 0. Put this kind of reasoning with this kind of reasoning, right? Premise. Use this logic. Go and ask your teacher. Go and ask any Catholic college intermediate, right? Wow. Can you tell logic? What's the fault here? ABCD. Intermediate is what? Nothing. O levels I did better than when when she found out that I had. Well, she knew what my principal said. Why didn't you tell me you were in first year A level? I would have put you. I would have put you in BA part 1. I said, no, Mrs. Like, I didn't want to, no. She said, oh, like you. So, why didn't you tell me? Like, we don't complete, if 2 years in A level, then we give the final exam, the O level, London University, right? That's intermediate is nothing for me as a O level student, even graduate. So the thing is that go please find out this kind of logic. You will shock the living daylights. This your Allah you believe in, this great supreme creator, and he's telling them they have no understanding. First get the logic right, please, Allah. So what worth have you given to Allah? And what worth has he? By understand, say, oh, great, oof, this ayat, it's a miraculous. Every ayat is like, what a great. It's like nothing. The greatest logic is of Allah. You're going to tell me, Zahra, that we need to, no, our Allah's logic. Even Harvard University cannot get this logic. If Harvard University says this logic not good, I will say, what my creator, supreme creator, you're telling us against our supreme creator. I will stick to this supreme creator's logic. Look at the logic, mates. No one can use this kind of logic. Can any professor of Harvard, Ivy League universities in America, Canada, Please tell me. No, no, I will take this one. Right? Can you see this? You are going to take this one. Please take this one. You know what logic? This is beyond the logic. The professors of Harvard University cannot understand this kind of logic you are telling us. What kind of logic is this, Zara? Forget intermediate. If I take this to Harvard University, professor, or Oxford University, or Cambridge University, UK, if they tell me that this my Allah not to use proper logic, what I do with them? I will just say what use professor, please. Sorry, it's like this. Professor, this logic, outstanding logic, it not even come in your mind. No, oh, professor of Harvard, say yes, you are right, Baba. Hands down, you are right. No hands up. And a professor, we are Shias, we are great people. You know how great we are. Even Dr. David would say that he really love Shias. He, Dr. David Wood, Shia also saying to you, right? How beautiful this logic of Allah is. Why you dispute about Abraham when the law, Torah, and the Gospel were revealed not until after him? Why you dispute? Zara, Dizzy, be, I not have a head on my shoulders. Yeah, I think that what is true about you, Zara. All the professors have Harvard, Oxford, logic professors. We have all lost. We not have head on our shoulders. Yes. Your Allah, greatest prophet, alim, greatest. Okay, I going. Thank you very much. I have to go have some more tea. Sorry for taking so much of your time. I would not sit here for 1 minute on this. But I love to, what can I do? Love to waste time like this, right? Chewing on this, chewing you where else? Where else Allah has done injustice? Thank you so much, leaving you with, have a beautiful life. Be free or be chained. If you want to be chained, imprisoned, in fear, go ahead and do that. Thank you very much. But I would say no. I give you sincere advice. No, no, don't do that. But if you want to be chained and slave to love, I would say yes, go ahead. Slave to love, yes, why not? Slave to Allah, no, no, no. Thank you. Thank you so much, all of you. Thank you for your time. Now, how much? 3 hours? 2 hours and some minutes. Minutes are not showing you, sorry. Oh, yeah, it will show here. Ooh, 2 hours, 24 minutes. Okay, me going. Bye bye. Thank you so much.